Man, I swear I have PTSD at the moment, man. This will be like a therapy session for me, but thank you for having me.
Vibes 263, hometown chillin', steaks I'm grillin', melanin dripping, smoking I'm trippy. The hookah, the shorty with the big ass twerking, got the city on lock. Genie be top of pockets, make a video thought. Turn your wife into a hoe, I done seen it a lot. And you ain't got no money, Uncle Phil hit the dot. Blah, blah, hit the spot.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the First Two Show. And as always, I'm with my main man, Adrian. How's it going?
Good, Junior. It's great to be back, after a long period of layoff.
Exactly, man. It's good to be back. And like we had said in the previous episode, we're back with the fan cams. And today we're joined by our special guest, Leonard. Leonard, we're happy to have you. How's it going, man? I know you're a United fan, but how are you doing?
Man, I swear I have PTSD at the moment, man. This will be like a therapy session for me, but thank you for having me.
Yeah. We can't wait to get going. Adrian, United are coming off, coming off a loss, a 5-0 loss to the hands of, their greatest rivals in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Maybe you can just, take us through their past results, and take us through their run of form, and so that we get into this discussion and traumatize Leonard in this.
Sure thing, Junior. It's not looking rosy at Old Trafford, man. And coming into this match, not really on a good run of games. In their last 5 games, they beat Villarreal 2-1 in the Champions League, but then we all know how that game panned out. United were on the back foot early on. They had to be saved by the God with the last-minute winner. Then they drew 1-0 at home to Everton. And, Andrew Stanson even did the C in front of the United faithful. That's some top class shit, I also remember. And they lost 4-2 when they went to Leicester. Then they won 3-2 to Atlanta again, a game that they were on the back foot, and then they had to be saved by someone called Ronaldo again. Then coming the last game, they won. They lost to Liverpool 5-0. So you can see that their recent run of results is not the best one, and it's not one that we expected when we started the season.
Yeah, really patchy run of form there, by United. So Leonard, where do we start? What's your take on this whole United fiasco? Are you all in? Are you all out? What's happening? What's happening at Manchester United? Is this Manchester United that we know? What's happening? Talk to me, man.
No, bro. I swear, first thing, man, I have to say, it's an embarrassment, man. It's an embarrassment to the great institution of Manchester United, bro. It's really an embarrassment. What's going on at the moment? You see, some people that watch Man United play right now, they think the problems have been going on for the past 3 or 4 games. But the truth is, these problems have been there since like last season. But as you know, like a lot of teams were not performing well last season for several different reasons that I'm not aware of. I don't know, because obviously I didn't watch every game, but I watched every single Man United game last season, and you could tell from last season that we were just delaying the inevitable. That at some point we were going to crumble, and mainly because the structure of the team, the coaching is horrible, bro. It's horrible. It's an embarrassment to football, man. For me, it's a big problem when okay, let me say this first before I go into that. Like I don't watch football like a normal person, I'm sure you guys don't as well. Like, most people just watch people kicking the ball and that's them. So their opinions are based on results, it's based on, Man United won 1-0, or Arsenal lost 1-0, or Spurs drew 1-1, but the way we watch football is a little bit different, because we're more like fanatics, we love the sport. So we watch the tactical side of it as well. And I've been watching Man United since last season and the past 10 games, bro. The structure of the team, man, we will lose to even Norwich if we play like that. We will, bro. We will. It's a combination of... huh.
Yeah, yeah. You talk about the tactical side,
Yeah.
but apart from this game, the one in which you lost 5-0, we've always known United under Ole, to turn up for the big games. So can we really put his tactics in question? Because lately, if we take the Manchester United Liverpool result aside, you guys have done pretty well, especially against the big guys, against the Liverpools, the Manchester Cities. You guys have turned up in the big games. Do you turn up when you're being coached by a coach who doesn't have the tactics, like you're saying?
Honestly, bro, I think there's a big misconception that we have been turning up in the big games. If you look at last season, we didn't win a single big game, a single top. We did not beat a single top 6 side last season. We did not beat a single one of them, except for Liverpool in the FA Cup. We beat them one
Okay.
game 3-2 in the FA Cup, and we were playing against they didn't have a defense. Basically, they did not have a defense, and we beat them 3-2. We couldn't even keep a clean sheet. We couldn't score more, and we needed a free kick to win that game. We haven't turned up except City. We beat Manchester City last season twice. And when we beat Man City, we never win games because we dominate them. Okay, let me put it for you this way. We have a squad that is, in some people's eyes, as good as Man City squad, or maybe as good as other squads across Europe, right? Across Europe, like maybe as good as the Real Madrid squad.
Yeah.
Would you honestly watch Man United play? Honestly play, and ever feel like they're in control of the game?
Let me pose that question to Adrian. Adrian, what's your take?
Yeah.
Do you think that, like Leonard is saying, do you think that United has got a squad which is just as good as any other team in Europe? Or do you think, the squad is good enough, but not quite as good? What's your take, Adrian?
You're asking a Spurs supporter if a squad is good. Obviously, it's better than our squad. But listen, Junior, they do have the players. They do have the quality, I feel, in the team. What they probably need is, what Leonard is saying, is a master tactician. I feel like Ole Gunnar will never be in the same breath as the likes of Pep Guardiola, or Antonio Conte and Thomas Tuchel in terms of tactics. Like what you said, they don't dominate the big games. They do win. Like the last time when they played City, last season, they did win those games, but they were not games that United would dominate. Let's go back to the United of old, of Sir Alex Ferguson. They would play on the front foot, they would attack, and that's the United that I'm pretty sure fans like Leonard want to have back. So yeah, I understand where he's coming from. Definitely, it could be a question of tactics on United's part.
I understand that it's sport. It's sport. You can never win every single game, right? And maybe you can never dominate every single game. But at least with the players you have, be in control of the game. I don't know if you understand what I mean. That, like, I watched our game versus Wolves early on this season. Every single time we lost the ball, we looked like we were going to fall apart. Every time Adama Traore, he's a good player, exceptional player. But every time he got the ball, he blitzed through our midfield as if it was non-existent, as if there was no one there. It's like we never have control of games. And I do agree that there's a little bit of fault on the players for not maybe having the work ethic that's required, to be a top team. I do agree with that, especially after rewatching some of the highlights from the last game against Liverpool. Players not tracking back, simple things not being done. But as well, you must say it's mostly the coaching that has a big issue at Man United, and it needs to be resolved. It's either the coaching team is changed, the manager is sacked, or you bring in someone new who knows how to manage the team, manage the players, and bring in a new philosophy. Maybe that to be honest, bro, as a Man United fan, it's embarrassing to watch. It is, bro. It's embarrassing to watch, man. It really is, bro. It really is.
Well, my take on United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is pretty simple. I think that let's not get it wrong here. I really think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has done a brilliant job. I think for the first
Yeah.
time since, say Alex left, this is the first time in how many years, 7, 8 years, that you guys have actually been in a position to, to actually challenge. And I think that's all down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But I'm not quite sure if he is that man, to take you to the promised land and, winning the Premier League title or, making you have a deep run in the Champions League. But I don't think part of the criticism that goes his way is fair. I think he's done a good job. You can thank him for where he's taken you right now. I'm not quite sure if he is the man to take you to that next step, actually challenging for the Premier League title, because Manchester City and Liverpool are not playing. Chelsea came back serious this season again. So you guys really need to up your game if you're going to challenge for the title. Then I also have another question for you guys, starting obviously with you, Leonard. Do you think that the Ronaldo signing has improved your team, or do you think that it has taken the team back a bit? Because from the way that I've been, with the games that I've watched at United, apart from the goals, he doesn't really contribute much to the team. He doesn't really contribute much to the team. Yes, we know that he was brought in to score those goals. But do you think that the Ronaldo signing was the signing that you guys needed? Or he was supposed to be the cherry on top of the cake? But I'm not so sure if you guys have the cake yet. I'm not so sure if you guys understand me. What's your take on the Ronaldo signing?
I'm going to be honest and say, I'm very fortunate not to be a Ronaldo fanboy. He's the reason why I support Man United. When I was younger, I loved Cristiano Ronaldo, man. Top player. I've watched every single game since he came back. And I keep thinking to myself that if this is the way that he's been playing football for the last 10 years and breaking all these records, then he owes his career to his teammates, because he does not run, man. I cannot believe that this is the same player that has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of goals, man. But you see, the thing is, a lot of people speak with respect. It's Cristiano, so a lot of people will maybe not say it.
And deservedly so, he's one of the greats of the game. Yeah.
He's a great player. My biggest problem with Cristiano is, like, before he came, Man United never had problems scoring goals. So for me, there's nothing exceptional that he's doing that other players on the pitch couldn't have done. We probably scored the second most goals in the league last season. We scored so many goals in Europe last season, in both in the Champions League as well as in the Europa League. So we didn't need Ronaldo, but I understand that there's obviously a little bit of politics in football, that he couldn't have gone to City or he couldn't have gone somewhere else. So why not just bring him back? I understand the politics, but this thing where we say, like, it's Ronaldo, he can't be benched, when he's obviously not working hard enough on the pitch for the team. I think it was right now. At that time, I thought it's okay. It's an okay signing, but even though I felt we needed a midfielder more, if you ask me now, if I was to go back in time, we shouldn't have signed him, bro. We shouldn't have signed him, man. You can see how it negatively impacts everyone else that's playing around. Bruno Fernandes doesn't track back anymore. Mason Greenwood, the same thing. Now recently Rashford has just returned as well. He's not tracking back either. And they're all looking at Cristiano being the number 9, and he's not working hard enough, to try to track back players. The fifth goal that we considered against Liverpool, do you know who won the ball back for Liverpool?
Was it not Jordan Henderson? I'm not so sure. I'm not sure.
No, Jordan Henderson put through the through pass, but the person who won the ball was Firmino. Ronaldo has not won as a number 9. Ronaldo has not won a single ball for us this season, man. Not even one. I'm telling you, he owes his career to his teammates, man. If that's how he's been playing over the last 10 years, he owes his career to his teammates.
I think that's a bit of an overstatement when you say he owes his career to his teammates. Let's hear Adrian's.
I haven't followed his career over the last 10 years. I only watched the Premier League, nothing else. So I don't know. But if that's how he's been playing for the last 10 years, I promise you, bro, he owes his career to his teammates.
He owes his career to his teammates. Adrian, what's your take on that on that blasphemy from Leonard?
Definitely, Junior. That's blasphemy coming from Leonard, but I understand what he's saying. And honestly, I cannot say Ronaldo is at fault because they knew the type of player they're bringing in. It's a player that is 37 years plus. Zlatan is not running, he's not putting in the yards as much as he did. Messi is not doing the same, it's something you would expect for someone who's over 35. But with this, I feel like they were supposed to get someone who's also who works twice as hard as Ronaldo to balance the intensity. So if they were going to get a midfielder in the breadth of, let's say, N'Golo Kante, who would work for the ball twice as hard as a player like Ronaldo, I think it's working for PSG. There are players like Idrissa Gueye, the players like Ender Herrera in the midfield. They work hard, and Messi doesn't really have to do much of the work, taking back and all that stuff. But I understand the frustration. You want your player to show up in a big game. You want him to show intensity. You want him to show character. And even if it means chasing back a few balls or two. But Ronaldo deserves everything that he has. And let us not speak of this blasphemy ever again on the show.
It's just my opinion. Just my opinion.
I totally agree with what Adrian just said. I think that I'm just like you said, Leonard. When you were discussing Ronaldo and United, I feel like you guys needed a midfielder first. I think that should have been the priority because you guys knew what you were getting in Ronaldo. I think he's turning 37 in February, and he has changed the way that he plays to suit him now because of his age. He's no longer the fast and pacey winger that we used to see, during his first stint at United or his early years at Real Madrid. Now he's just an instinctive finisher, the fox in the box and the type of player, and you guys, like Adrian said, you knew what you were getting in Ronaldo. And so I think just like, a couple of my other United mates were saying, Ronaldo should have been the cherry on top of the cake. But right now, we're not particularly sure whether there's a cake or not, So tough times coming for United. And, the word going around is that, Ole is going to stay in charge and he's going to be given a chance. What's your take on that? If he's going to stay in charge, what changes do you want to see in United?
First of all, let me say, if it was up to me, and I was the director of football at Man United, judging on what I have watched so far this season over the last 9 games, I would say there's nothing in those last 9 performances to tell me that, oh, Ole can stay, maybe he can improve like the game and everything. But unfortunately, I've never worked in a football club, but I'm sure like there's a lot of thinking that goes before you fire the manager. There's a lot of other things that's behind sacking a coach. So I think right now maybe they don't have like the perfect replacement, and understandably so. You see most of the top managers are already at other big clubs, except for maybe Conte and Zidane, which are also very questionable. And maybe sometimes what you don't want to do is to you wouldn't want to bring in someone who will kill the soul of the club. I don't know if you understand. It's like Mourinho joining Arsenal today. Most people wouldn't accept that. Something like that. So so I do understand maybe why he's been allowed to. He won't be sacked, and then they'll give him an opportunity to try to change. But I'm telling you, bro, it scares me, man. It scares me, bro, that with this crop of players, we have a good crop of players. We might waste an entire year, man. End up in the Europa League, maybe in the Conference League next season.
Hey.
It scares me, bro.
Maybe you guys will end up joining Adrian's team. So just before we close this topic on United, Adrian, with the words and rumors that are going around that Ole is going to be given another chance, what's your take on this whole United thing? What needs to change in and around United? If the United faithful are going to be any happier, what needs to change, Adrian?
Firstly, I want them to be realistic. the Man United fans. I want them to be very realistic with themselves.
What?
Well,
Okay, choose your words carefully. Yeah, I really need to understand. What are you saying? Where are you going with this?
we thought of the same thing when we had Pochettino, like what you said, like maybe Ole is not the person to take you forward. We thought of the same thing with Pochettino, and we robbed in Mourinho. Look where that got us, you know. I feel like Ole has done a good job. I've said this on the show. He might not be the best tactician out there, but definitely has brought something to Man United. You know, he has took them from what seemed like doom and gloom with Mourinho, and he has turned around their fortunes to some level. It's definitely not what we expect from Man United. You know, they're not up there yet. But then I feel like it would be a rash decision. Getting rid of Ole now. If they do want to get rid of Ole, let them do it in the summer. I understand Leonard and other United fans wouldn't want to waste a season, but trust me, if you bring in someone right now and you can't make signings until January, this person has to contend with the squad that you have now and maybe possibly make signings in January. And come January, there are tournaments like Africa Cup of Nations, so we are ruling out signing an African player. You know, so
but it's only two games.
No, they won't miss. It's not 2 games of the Africa Cup of Nations.
It's actually a couple. Yeah,
it's a month.
Games.
No,
it's a month.
Yeah, but I checked it. Yeah, it's a month, but there's like a break between January 1 and mid-January. I think it's
but then if the player is going to leave and you sign him, and when they come back, they won't fully integrate into the team because this is a month of tournament football. You know, so you're probably going to have to use them come March. You know, that's another delay. Okay, maybe you might not sign someone who's from of African origin, but then your pool is already smaller, and the quality of players already is diminished. So I feel like give Ole a chance. Take it from Tottenham. We've been there. We've taken a manager that brought us. Because when Pochettino came, he came from Southampton, and he really brought us to a good level. We challenged for the league in 1 year. We came second best to Leicester. The second year, we got in top 4. And then the third year, yes, we did, you know, fall down the pecking order. But then we immediately regretted getting rid of Pochettino. We even tried to re-sign him, but it was too late. PSG got him. Keep Ole, you know, just talk. I feel like it's a question of the character. Get someone like Alex Ferguson to just come in and talk to the guys, talk to the players, you know, make them see what they're fighting for. It's the badge at the end of the day. Play for the fans, play for the club, put the egos aside, you know. I feel like it's a question of character. You have great players. You have Ronaldo, like we say, Bruno, Pogba. You have players like Van der Beek that you're not even using, you know. If you want, please lend some to us, to Tottenham. But if you get if guys get the right mentality, show the right character, I feel like there's too much United can offer before the season is done. That's just my take.
Yeah, I hate to agree with Adrian, but I totally agree with them. You know, for me personally, I think it was always a matter of, you know, how the team performs with regards to this season. I think in our previous episodes, when we were, you know, when we had our preview of the season, for me, for Manchester United and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, it was always going to be the thing of the entire season. You know, with the players that he now has, what I would want to see is a proper title challenge and a deep Champions League run. You know, so give him up until, you know, the end of the season. That then you can actually judge him, because just like Adrian was saying, you know, he is the first manager that you guys have, you know, have gotten in through the door, who has actually put you in a position to actually challenge for the title. Yes, we know there's a time under Jose Mourinho that you guys came second, but it was just, you know, you guys were second, but you were not in the title race. You know, Manchester City had already, you know, ran away with it. Yeah. So yeah, give him a chance. Give him up until the end of the season. If you guys don't challenge for the title, if you guys don't have deep run in the Champions League, then you guys can go your separate ways. Then Leonard, you know, it's been a jolly good time. You know, it's been a great episode, and thank you very much, you know, for your input. And we hope this won't be the last time that you join us on the First Two show. And yeah, thank you, man, for coming on our show. I hope this will be the first of many other times. So before you actually leave, we would like to put you on the spot here. What's your predicted top four in order?
Number one, I don't see anyone beating Liverpool, and also because they just traumatized me. So number one, Liverpool. I think Liverpool will beat them.
PTSD setting.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Number two, I think Chelsea. No, I think Man City will take second. Man City will take second. I think Chelsea third, and I'm still backing my boys. You know, I'd be a bad fan if I didn't back my boys. So Man United will be fourth, but I think they'll be like 10 points off of third. They'll be fourth or 10 points off of third.
Like I said, Leonard, you know, it's been a good time. And Adrian, as always, you know, it's been a great one. I don't know if you've got anything else to say, Adrian.
Not particularly, you know, still ruling from Tottenham's loss, but then thank you, Leonard, for gracing us, on this episode. Like Junior said, I hope it's the first of many. Excited. We hope we continue the conversation on our social media pages. We'll leave the handles in the description box. But yeah, we thank you for being with us, Leonard. Junior, as always, it's been a pleasure. And until next time, yeah?
Yeah.
Cheers, gents.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
263, hometown Chile, stakes